welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really embarking on quite a fascinating journey. We're looking at a stack of sources, all to uncover some, well, surprising nuggets of knowledge and some really practical insights for you.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Our mission
Right.
is really to show you just how adaptable language is, how powerful, whether you're in a super high-stakes emergency or just, like, trying to connect with someone new.
Right.
Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here, I think, is that when you truly understand how language functions in these incredibly varied contexts, I mean, from life-saving instructions, literally, to the subtle, kind of intricate dance of social interaction,
Yeah.
you get a much deeper appreciation, not just for what words mean, but why they actually matter. Why they matter.
It's all about how language builds connections, even, in the most unusual scenarios. This deep dive should really enhance how well-informed you are about, the raw power of communication. I agree completely. And we're starting with something pretty critical, the language of emergency. Specifically, decoding CPR.
Okay.
Our first source is an English learning dialogue, and it's centered on this really vital life-saving procedure. It's not just about learning English words. It's a real-world skill. It has immediate impact.
That's right. And CPR, it's an acronym, right? It stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Okay.
And each part tells you something essential. Cardio, that relates to the heart. Pulmonary, that's the lungs.
Right.
And resuscitation, well, that just means to bring back to life. You've probably seen it in movies,
Oh, yeah, like a lifeguard saving someone from drowning, that kind of thing.
Exactly. The ultimate goal is just getting their heart and lungs going again.
Okay. So the dialogue, it introduces some key medical terms. We hear about cardiac arrest, which is when the heart stops pumping blood, right? And then pulmonary arrest, when the lungs stop pumping air. What's interesting about arrest here, it means to stop, which is, well, it's quite different from how we usually hear it, like with the police.
Absolutely. It really highlights how context can completely redefine a word, doesn't it?
It really does. It's a perfect example of that sort of linguistic flexibility.
And that leads us right to the crucial verb here, to pump.
To pump.
The heart pumps blood, circulating it through your body. The lungs pump air, getting oxygen everywhere it needs to go.
Okay.
Think about everyday things. You pump air into a flat bike tire, right?
Yeah, or pump water from a well, or pump gas into your car.
Exactly. So in CPR, we're basically trying to restart that vital pumping action, get the heart and lungs working again.
Got it. So the source then moves into a CPR demonstration, and it introduces some words that seem simple, but they really underline the practical nature of this, like the term volunteer.
Right. And the instructor needing to demonstrate, volunteer, right away signals that willingness to act, without being asked, which is absolutely crucial in an emergency.
Definitely.
And it's versatile, too. You can be a volunteer or you can volunteer to help.
True.
And to demonstrate, well, it isn't just showing something. It's conveying a very precise, life-saving sequence through action. It makes abstract knowledge concrete.
It shows how communication isn't just words, but clear action, too.
Exactly.
Now, here's where this dialogue happened. It takes a really unexpected turn. Kind of humorous, actually. The volunteer in the CPR demo, she reacts with these really comical lines. First, after the mouth-to-mouth part is explained, she blurts out, "No French kissing."
Okay.
And then, during the chest compressions part, she adds, "You can't just kiss me, then go for second base."
Wow.
I mean, it's quite a surprise. Putting these romantic sort of dating phrases into such a serious life-saving context, it totally caught me off guard.
It's wonderfully jarring, isn't it? It definitely throws in an element of surprise, breaks the tension, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
So just to clarify for you listening, a French kiss is, well, a kiss involving the tongue. And to go for second base, that's a baseball metaphor. In dating, the bases represent different levels of physical intimacy. First base is usually kissing.
Okay.
So second base refers to a specific level of physical contact beyond just kissing, touching certain parts of the body, let's say.
Gotcha.
So the dialogue uses these terms humorously, probably to express discomfort or surprise at how, well, intimate the physical nature of CPR demonstration can feel.
Yeah, it acknowledges the awkwardness, but in a lighthearted way.
Exactly, a bit of a tension breaker.
So what does all this really mean for you? Well, beyond the unexpected humor, the real-world value of CPR is just immense.
Absolutely critical.
It's a skill that can truly save a life, and it's something you can often learn for free You'll find classes at community centers, maybe local fire departments, or organizations like the Red Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing these terms, understanding the procedure, it could genuinely make all the difference.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture now, we've just seen how language is used in a very direct, instructional, high-stakes situation.
Yeah, life and death.
Exactly. Now, we're going to shift gears completely. We'll explore how language works in the subtle, often intricate art of everyday social interaction.
Okay.
And this raises an important question, I think. How does language, even with its different forms and purposes, always serve to connect people, even when the stakes aren't quite so high?
That's a great question, and it brings us right to our second source. This one's a dialogue between a taxi driver and a passenger, and it focuses on the nuances of small talk.
Ah, small talk.
Yeah, those brief, informal chats you have with strangers, often about general stuff.
Okay.
We know this can be a particular challenge for English learners.
Oh, definitely.
So understanding these nuances is really key to feeling comfortable in new social settings.
It absolutely is. Let's really analyze some key phrases from this dialogue that are crucial for navigating small talk. The taxi driver uses some interesting ones, like, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah. If you don't mind me saying so, what's the power of that phrase?
Well, it's like a verbal cushion, isn't it?
A cushion, yeah. Yeah. It softens the blow before you even deliver it. It's saying, look, I know this might be a bit direct, but like when the driver says, you don't look very Chinese, using that phrase tries to preempt any offense.
Exactly. It's a politeness strategy. And that leads us to another one. Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but...
Another one. It seems like English small talk is full of these polite disclaimers.
It kind of is. So nosy, that means being overly curious, right? Poking into someone's private business.
Right.
So saying, excuse me if I'm being nosy, is like acknowledging that and sort of asking for permission implicitly. It's all about navigating social boundaries carefully.
Yes, and then there's, don't get me wrong, this one's fascinating. It's like a verbal safety net.
Mm-hmm. A safety net?
It lets you say something potentially critical or maybe just surprising without, alienating the other person.
Mm-hmm.
It clarifies your intent, prevents misunderstanding before it happens.
Yeah, stops them jumping to the wrong conclusion.
Exactly. The source gave great examples like, don't get me wrong, I do have a few problems with the plan, but,
Yeah.
I still think it's a good idea overall. It's a real social lubricant.
Definitely. Okay, moving on. The passenger asks, what about yourself? Now, technically, grammatically, it's a bit off.
Yeah, shouldn't it be?
What about you?
Strictly speaking, yes, but what about yourself? Is super common in casual American English. Very informal. Using it actually makes you sound more fluent, more natural.
Interesting. Okay. And sure thing. That came up too.
Oh, yeah, sure thing. Simple, versatile, just means yes or okay or no problem. You hear it all the time. Like if someone asks to borrow something or asks you to send an email, sure thing, easy.
We also heard the phrase born and raised,
Right.
which is just a concise way to say you were born somewhere and lived there your whole life. Often comes up when you're talking about your roots, where you're from.
Yep. And the taxi driver fondly refers to the U.S. as the good old U.S. of A.
Ah, yeah, that's a very friendly, informal, kind of affectionate way to say the United States of America. Definitely gives off a certain vibe. Lastly, we have the word heritage.
Heritage. Okay.
Heritage isn't just about where you're from geographically. It's more like the invisible thread of traditions, stories, shared experiences, the stuff that connects you to past generations and shapes who you are.
So it's your culture, customs, history, like having Colombian heritage, for example.
Exactly. It's a much deeper concept than just nationality.
It's clear that while these phrases help navigate small talk, there are definitely cultural sensitivities to watch out for, especially in Anglo culture. The source highlights a few questions you should generally, steer clear of.
Right, like asking a woman her age.
Yeah, that's typically seen as impolite. It can imply judgment or just a lack of respect for personal boundaries. Best avoided.
Definitely. And discussions about money or salary.
Oh, highly sensitive. Should definitely be avoided. It's seen as really intrusive.
What about marital status?
That was a bit nuanced. Asking directly out of the blue can sometimes be misinterpreted as romantic interest. It's much more appropriate if the person has already mentioned their family or kids, then it fits into the conversation naturally.
That makes sense. So this raises an important question. Beyond just avoiding the pitfalls, How can we actively use language to, initiate, maintain, and then gracefully end conversations successfully?
Yeah, it's not just about what not to say.
Right. It's about what to say and how to say it effectively, how to actually foster a genuine connection, even a brief one.
Exactly. So let's look at some practical strategies. First, starting a conversation.
Okay, the opening move.
Observe the situation first. Look around. Is there something you can genuinely comment on? The weather's classic, right?
Hmm.
Or maybe an interesting item the person's carrying, or just something happening nearby.
Find a hook.
Exactly. Simple greetings work too. Just hi or hello. Often that's enough to open the door. And crucially, use positive body language, a smile, open posture
Yeah.
that makes you seem approachable, friendly.
Big difference.
Then, once you've said hello, ask open-ended questions. Avoid yes-no answers. Ask things like, so how do you know the host? Or, have you been here before? Maybe, is this your first time at this event? Or even just, how's your day been so far?
Get them talking.
Right. Invite them to share a bit more.
Okay, so you've started. Now the art is in maintaining the conversation, keeping it going.
Right.
Active listening is absolutely key here. Nod, make small comments like, oh, that's interesting, or, oh, really? Maintain eye contact, but, don't stare.
Haha. Yeah, not staring. Got it.
And based on what they say, ask follow-up questions. If they mention a trip, ask, oh, where did you go? Or what was the best part? Show you're actually listening.
Makes sense.
You can also share small, related personal stories. If they mention a book, maybe briefly mention one you've read that's similar. But keep it brief.
It's about balance, isn't it? Speaking and listening.
Exactly. Think of it like a dance or maybe a game of catch. Both people need to participate. Throw the ball back and forth.
I like that analogy.
Adding a little lighthearted humor can help too. Simple, positive jokes like, wow, it's so hot today, I feel like I'm melting like an ice cream cone. Something relatable.
Keep it light.
Yeah. And if the conversation slows down, you can try to change topics naturally, maybe make an observation about the surroundings. This place has a great atmosphere, doesn't it? Something like that.
Good tip.
The main thing is to show genuine interest. Respond with enthusiasm. Wow, that sounds really interesting. Or curiosity. How did you get into doing that?
Let them see you care about what they're saying.
Exactly. And finally, always respect comfort levels. If someone seems hesitant or quiet, give them space. Don't push too hard with lots of questions. Read the room, read the person.
Right. And finally, there's mastering the art of ending a conversation gracefully. You want to leave a positive impression.
The exit strategy.
Yeah.
Important.
Definitely. The key is to find a natural stopping point. Maybe there's a pause, or you've just shared a laugh, or maybe a topic has just run its course.
Look for the natural end.
Yeah. Then you can summarize briefly and appreciate the chat. Say something like, well, it was really interesting hearing about your trip to Italy, or just, I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Nice and positive.
If it feels right and the other person seems open, you could suggest staying in touch. Maybe we can catch up again sometime. Or even exchange contact info if the situation warrants it.
If appropriate, yeah.
If you actually need to leave, just be polite and direct. I'd love to keep talking, but I actually have to go now. It was great meeting you.
Clear and polite.
You can offer a small, natural reason, especially if you're somewhere public. Like, I need to get back to my group, or I have to get back to work now.
Makes it smoother.
And what if the conversation was just awkward or not going well?
Ah, the awkward exit.
A simple, polite closing works best. Well, it was nice talking to you. Have a great day. Or even just see you around. Keep it simple. Keep it polite.
Good advice. So when you boil it all down, whether we're talking about learning life-saving instructions from, say, a CPR class or navigating the delicate nuances of a casual chat with a stranger,
Yeah.
effective communication is fundamentally about understanding the context, using language appropriately for that context, and crucially, making the other person feel heard and valued.
Heard and valued. That's key.
Knowledge is really most valuable when you understand it and can actually apply it.
Absolutely. So for you listening, the next time you find yourself in an unexpected conversation, maybe it is learning something critical like CPR, or maybe it's just making small talk with someone new. How might you apply some of these insights? How can you connect more deeply, even just for a moment?
Good question to ponder.
We trust you'll now feel a bit better equipped to dive into any conversation. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.